All right, hi, and welcome back again. Attorney Steve Vondran here. Welcome to another exciting video from our Litigation Warrior series, okay? So this is general legal information only and not legal advice. In this video, we're talking about the proof of service. What is a proof of service? You may hear sometimes, I remember early on when I was a young lawyer, I walked into court and the judge said, it was on a motion. I forget what the motion was. And the judge said, where's your proof of service, counsel? I said, what are you talking about? Proof of service? They didn't teach me that in law school. What do you mean? And they said, well, you got to have a proof of service. If you don't have a proof of service, this hearing's off calendar. You got to serve everybody. I said, oh, okay. So I walked out of the courtroom all red-faced going, I better look this up. I don't know. So anyway, they don't teach you everything in law school. So I'm going to hopefully this will help one of you or more, some of you out there. But whenever you're filing a document or serving a document on other parties in a litigation, you're always going to want to use a proof of service. So say you're sending some discovery request to your opponent. You want to say, well, here's the special interrogatories. Put the proof of service under there. Okay, this goes on the very back. Okay, so you have your motion, and then here it is. This is a California form you can use. Most lawyers will put it on their own pleading paper, but you're going to serve a proof of service with every document. And I say almost every. Sometimes you send a letter and you don't need a proof of service, but it's a good general rule. You serve every other party in the litigation. If there's 5 defendants, you serve 5 defendants, so that's what you do. Now, here it is. So let's just take a look at it. Here's a form. Now, this is California again. Other states are going to differ in their proof of service. But even if I would normally put this on pleading paper myself, but I'm just showing you this because it's nice and clean. You just fill it out. These are fillable forms from judicial counsel. And of course, you just fill it out. You say where your court is, blah, 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 plaintiff, defendant, and how you served it. So as you can see, case number and things over here, but as you can see, there's lots of different ways to serve a document. Here's one by personal service. Now, usually when you're serving a summons and complaint, you're going to do it by personal service, but it says here don't use this form for that. Okay, so personal service is one way. Mail is a very common way to serve. Let's say you're just serving your discovery request. You serve it by mail. Sometimes if you're running late on timelines or responding to things, you may want to do personal service just to get it there right away. So personal service may be one. You check that. Or you might send it by overnight delivery with tracking. That's always a good thing. You may send something by messenger service or carrier, as we call it, courier, tomato, or you may want to do something by fax. Now, usually fax and email, these two here, usually you need to get agreement of the other party. So when I'm starting a case out, litigating a case, I usually want to ask the other party, will you agree to accept service of documents by mail? Usually not fax. There are some old school lawyers that still do fax, but usually it's by email now. But get that by agreement, okay? So here it's just basically served by someone who's over 18 years old, not a party to the action. So, the plaintiff, him or herself can't serve it. Somebody else, okay? Your address, if you fax, here's the number I faxed it from. On this date, I served the following documents, and here you can put motion to compel or whatever documents you are filing, okay? If you have other documents, you can list them here, and you can see the rest. It's pretty self-explanatory where the person was served, the fax number where they were served. If there's personal service, there's a little, I'll let you read this. I'm not going to read it all to you. You can see some of the requirements there. And here's your code sections down here, the code sections that are relevant to a proof of service, okay? And again, as I mentioned, it's judicial counsel forms right down there. And here's some other final ways to serve by mail, okay? Postage fully paid, properly addressed. You can click that. And as you can see, there's some assertions here. I'm not going to go into this. I just don't think that it's that important, but you can read it. These are the things you are testifying to. Essentially, right here, I declare under penalty of perjury that the foregoing is true and correct. So you want to be accurate, okay? Was it by overnight delivery? Was it by messenger service, fax? Okay, so it's pretty simple. You fill these out whenever you're sending documents around. If there's a messenger here, there's a way that they can attest to it here. Sign under here. But it's really that simple. Here's a little information for you if you want to go through and read some of the information, but that's it. It's a proof of service. And when next time you walk in, and I can promise you after that first court appearance, I never walked in again without making sure I had my proof of service on everything and made sure that every party is notified. Okay, so that's how you want to do it. Anyway, that's general legal information only. You now know what a proof of service is. If somebody asks you, if you're a new lawyer, you're never going to mess this up because Attorney Steve's got you going down the right track here, okay? So hope that's been helpful. Have a great day. I got to get running, lots to do, but we appreciate it. We'd love to have you subscribe. If you're new to our channel, hit that like button to subscribe and say, hey, I'd like to get some videos coming my way. But that's about it for today. Attorney Steve out will have more great videos coming for you this week, so hang in there, and we'll see you soon. Have a great week. Carpe diem. Seize the day.